a good return, right? But they also look at impact. And the investors are sophisticated. Certainly the institutional investors are quite sophisticated. Retail investors, I think some are learning. But investors are challenging the companies that they are sort of considering in their investable universe, if we can use that expression. They are very ambitious in terms of ensuring that the investments they perform are also acting sustainably.
It's growth and profits and dividends. ESG comes into it more and more, but as we've heard from discussions today at Critical Eye, it's still the bottom line mostly.
So engagement is very much at the forefront for the more sophisticated investors, institutional investors. They have exclusions that they employ. They are very keen on maintaining a good environment, addressing the climate change. So there's a lot of comeback. But companies should embrace that engagement. They're not necessarily activists, but for some companies I think it will come across as pushing. It's basically stewardship from the investor side.
Investors are most focused on the economic volatility that we're seeing across the world, and that's really born out of the situation we see of the economy still recovering from COVID in the United Kingdom, the impact of Brexit still rippling through, world conflicts, we're seeing those.
I think the pressure will come on to have a better measuring control of the carbon issue. There should be a price for a company put to ESG. In terms of carbon, well, what price do they put on carbon? You could do a carbon accounting and a pricing of carbon, which could show liabilities and positive accounting.
Investors are also interested in how companies will respond to the new technological challenges or opportunities offered up by the likes of AI. How do you harness that? There's not a wealth of experience out there, but there's a whole set of opportunity that a business could capture. So really, it's how is the business set up to really harness the changes in AI, and most investors I see and I speak with today really are focused on how can you manage that as an opportunity rather than mitigate it as a risk.
So of course you want the return, but you want to have an impactful, in a positive sense, return. So there is some give in terms of whether you want to max your returns in your portfolio of investments or whether you want a sustainable return on a long-term view. And I think that's where we have moved to, certainly with the investment managers that I'm dealing with.